Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Chicken tenders, chicken strips, or chicken fingers, whatever you want to call them, are a good go-to snack or a quick meal, especially for the kiddos. And they're especially delicious if they're made from real pieces of chicken, and not created from an emulsification and then formed into a creation that looks like a chicken strip. Meatballs are another go-to for quick meals, sandwiches, or appetizer ideas, when they're actually meatballs, meaning they contain more meat than anything else. And they wouldn't be better off being termed bread balls. But sometimes when you take shortcuts, you take chances, especially when you buy frozen chicken strips and meatballs, like the Circle A Ranch fully cooked chicken breast strips and the Circle A Ranch fully cooked Homestyle meatballs. I bought both of these products at, you guessed it, the Dollar Tree for $1 each. The Circle A Ranch breaded chicken breast strips are breaded, strip-shaped chicken breast patties with rib meat. That just sounds wrong on many different levels, even for processed foods. But we know we're safe because it's been inspected by the USDA, so no worries, right? When I make chicken strips at home, there's about 4 or 5 ingredients, and that's it. But the Circle A Ranch felt 36 ingredients was necessary to make theirs. Oh yeah, did I mention? Circle A Ranch chicken tenders are made by Advanced PR Foods, the same company who made these boneless pork riblets and these Daredevil boneless wings, both of which were also formed patties. By the way, Advanced PR Foods also provides foods for our kids' school lunches, so this will give us an idea of what our kids are eating as well. There's about 2 3-piece servings per bag. Per 3-piece serving, there's 240 calories, 15 grams of total fat, 3.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 30 milligrams of cholesterol, 640 milligrams of sodium, 16 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 1 gram of sugars, and 11 grams of protein. Now I found this pretty interesting. The freezer life is 1 year, but they go bad in the fridge immediately. You can microwave or you can bake these. Nobody wants soggy chicken strips, so I'm going to bake them. And when I poured them out of the bag, you can definitely tell they're stamped out formed pieces of whatever was blended together. Kind of like McNuggets. So after they're spread out into an even layer, into a 425 degree oven they went for 11 to 13 minutes or until heated thoroughly. After 13 minutes, our chicken finger strip form patty thingamajigs are done. And they do actually smell good. The breading looked pretty good, and they didn't appear to be greasy at all. I took a bite, and while the actual flavor wasn't really that bad, and the breading was real nice and crispy, the actual meat, and I use that term loosely, was another story. It was definitely spongy, which I expected. But it was cardboardy, spongy, and really dense. It was really weird. I wanted to do my best to peel the breading off to see what the actual meat looked like. But boy was it hard getting off. Once I got most of the breading off, I bent it in half to show you what I was talking about. But my camera did not focus properly. I guess it was afraid of the chicken. Then I broke it in half to show you the meat itself is basically an emulsification of stuff. What that stuff actually is, who knows? Ranch dressing usually makes everything better, so I tried one with a little ranch dressing, and yes, the ranch dressing was delicious, but the chicken strip was still not very good. Circle A Ranch's other product, the Homestyle meatballs, are made with chicken and beef. Again, there's a lot of ingredients, but here's a new one for me. I've seen textured vegetable protein more than I want to, but now, what is TVP product? That sounds scary as hell. That's like cheese product, or meat product. There's about 2 6 meatball servings per bag. Per 6 meatballs, there's 210 calories, 16 grams of total fat, 4.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 55 milligrams of cholesterol, 450 milligrams of sodium, 5 carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 12 grams of protein. Interesting again, these cannot be thawed. You can nuke or bake these, and I'm going to bake them. They don't look that bad right out of the bag, like typical frozen meatballs. But I don't like the fact that there's 13 meatballs. That 13th ball is going to be the bad luck ball that makes me sick. So into a 400 degree oven they go for 15 to 17 minutes. After 15 minutes, the meatballs were done. and I couldn't help but to notice they look more like mini bread rolls than meatballs to me. What do you think? Definitely not a good sign. After a quick fingering, they sure did feel like a spongy piece of bread. I thought, uh-oh. Does this look like any meatball you've ever seen before? It's got as much spring to it as a pogo stick, and no juices were coming out. I broke out the forkasu and the limited edition Plastisu to do the honors. Thank you, Brianna Murphy, for the sign. I love it. Boy, oh boy, my initial thought when I put half of that meatball in my mouth was why and how. Why would anyone buy these, and how do you honestly eat these without vomiting? All jokes aside, I had to spit it out, and I gave you guys the courtesy of doing it in a tissue. If you remember Pierre's boneless pork riblets, I also spit those out, but I did it in plain sight. This is simply astonishing this garbage is even considered food or allowed to be food. Look at how spongy this is. No flavor and the texture was horrible. But, because I do this for you, the people, I gave them one last try to see if a very small bite could be considered edible with a little bit of barbecue sauce. And without question, it still was not edible, and it too got the tissue treatment. I would rather eat Hormel Complete's turkey dinner for 3 meals a day than ever take a bite of one of these meatballs again. These are simply unrateable and were literally to the point of being nauseating, and I don't get queasy ever. The chicken strips weren't a lot better, but they did somewhat have a decent flavor and a nice outer crunch. They were barely edible, but definitely not enjoyable, so I'll give them a 2 out of 10. If you'd like to help support the Wolfe Pit, please consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month, that's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more, that's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high-quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.